we go.
Welcome back to Full On Football, where we have our guests tonight, Chad Bugeja from White City Woodville and Donald Campbell from Talking Football Coast FM. How's the show going, by the way?
Fantastic. I think we're hitting some good ratings at this point in time. We get some good guests, as you're well aware, Natalie, and we've got a good squad there, a good team, a few good guys to come off the bench as well. So yeah, we're going very well.
I must admit, I listen to it every Sunday and I really enjoy. You've got some... You never know what guests are going to bring you, are you, when you invite them on? I mean, it's just like you never know what the guests are going to do, but you have... The people that you talk to are always fantastic, very, very interesting.
Yeah, I think that's what it's all about. Really bring about some players who were characters as players, now maybe characters as coaches, or just like last week we had Sammy McMillan on last week. Now Sammy's a local boy here, went to Sydney, done very well on television and on radio, and he's a bit of a superstar, and I think he enjoyed being on it. He rang me back to say how much he enjoyed being on it, and as you know, he writes a lot of comedy sketches, and he loves to be a part of the coast, and he says when he comes back to Adelaide he wants to work for Coast FM. I told him there was no vacancies for him, but the money might get him in there.
Well, look, for those people who are interested, you can listen to Donald's show with Margaret and the other people that are on, because he does have Mix and Match the panellists, and that's every Sunday morning from 9 till 12 on 88.7 Coast FM. But we're now talking State League, guys, so we're going to get straight into the results for the State League, round 13. And we had NAB and West Adelaide Blues drawing. That was probably a bit of an eye-opener there, but both teams are going very well, so a fantastic result. Baleka scoring for NAB and Danny Reynolds scoring for West Adelaide. Playford 3, Salisbury 5. Doherty and Butler scoring for Playford. Burton scoring a brace. Shane Pearce, Spivey and Kearney scoring for Salisbury, and Salisbury, that was 3-3 with 2 minutes to go, and Salisbury scored a couple of quick goals, so fantastic stuff there by Salisbury. Western District Toros 4, Port Pirie City 0, good win for Toros. Sciancalipore, Alves, Baroni and Sakmarcus scoring for Toros. Gawler 0, Seaford 1, so a win there for Seaford, congratulations, with Dickinson scoring there. And of course the game that was played on the 28th of June, Northern Demons 2, Sassy 4. And Sassy doing very, very well. They've only got one game to go and they're sitting at the top of the ladder and just now having to wait to see what's happening. Yeah,
I would imagine they'd be the favourites to win it, Natalie. They're playing exceptionally good football. They've only lost 3 of 17 games. They've won 11 games. Nobody else is getting to double figures yet. They've scored 55 goals, which is absolutely fantastic. Bearing in mind, of course, they have played those 3 games more than others. But looking at the teams below them, Salisbury United, the Blues, West Adelaide Blues, Demons, NAB and Playford, right in it at this point in time. It's going to be a great finale to the end of the season. I congratulate these clubs for their competitive edge, the amount of goals. If you look at the goals that are scored in that particular league, I think dollar for dollar, that's the best league for goals.
Well, let's have a look at that ladder while we are talking about this. And as Donald was saying, I mean, some of those results and some of the goals that are being scored are brilliant. And we see Sassy up there on top with that great number of goals, and they seem to come right over the top of teams.
Yeah, I think Sassy is obviously the surprise packet. I don't think anybody expected them to run away the way they are. They're playing exceptionally good football. They're scoring goals, and I think that's been great for their coaching team. They've done a really good job there. The young boys that come on, I don't want to individualise any because I've not seen them enough times to pass a comment. But obviously, we're scoring 55 goals. They're the inspiration in the league at this point in time, bearing in mind most of the kids are under 18, you know, so it's exceptional. You
know, there's 2 players there that do most of the scoring. That's Joseph Costa and Monteroso, so they're doing very, very well for themselves, and obviously setting a pathway up for them for their future football career. Do you get to see any of these at all? I mean, of course you play Saturdays, you don't, but if there's any other night matches, do you get out to any of them, Chad?
I'd like to get out to as many as we can. A lot of the games that are, for example, your Monday night games, we train Mondays. Other nights, unfortunately, I have coaching commitments as well. Okay. But there's a few names in there that are quite familiar from past seasons at White City, so it's good to see some of the guys still scoring goals.
It is fantastic, and again, a very, very close league where the top 6 teams are vying for the top 5 positions. So let's have a look at what they're facing up to this weekend. And for round 14 for the State League, we've got NAB at home to Playford. Seaford at home to Salisbury. So these are big matches again. Port Pirie are at home to Northern Demons. The Port Pirie derby there, so be interesting to see if all of Port Pirie can go out there and watch that game. West Adelaide Blues are at home to Toros. And of course the round 14 match that was played on the 7th of June, Sassy defeated Gawler 2-1. So some interesting games again there, Donald, and I'm sure that we're going to be waiting with bated breath to see what happens there.
Most definitely, you have to look at the top of the league there, and we all know about Sassy, but you're getting NAB against Playford. Now Playford are a bit of a dark horse. They come good in the latter part of the season. Earlier on they weren't going so well. I don't know what the coach has done, but they're certainly revitalised. They're starting to score goals, they're winning games. So Salisbury United definitely, Playford United are a good side. I haven't had the pleasure. I've seen NAB coached by Angie Jean. He's doing a great job there, and I think they might be one of the dark horses themselves. But I would say, and if you're looking at the game of the round, that to me would be the game of the round. Oh,
definitely. We've got Earl Pudler's coaching Playford, so you know, he's come up with some great wins, and yeah, it'd be very, very interesting again this week. And as we said, the season's drawing very, very near to the close, waiting for the top 5. So yeah, some interesting games.
Well, I think the biggest crowd will probably be up at Port Pirie, where you get Port Pirie against Northern Demons. And you know, traditionally I used to play for a team in Port Pirie for a season. Yeah, I was voted the worst player in the history of the club. But it's a great competition for a victory up there, and I'm quite sure there'll be a few shandies after the game, whoever wins. But Demons would have to be the favourites, but Port Pirie City, so everything to play for. I hope they win. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, the week after that I'm going up there and I'm going to be filming the West Adelaide and Northern Demons match. So, and it's their Northern Demons 20th anniversary. So I'm really, really looking forward to that one. And probably the trip up will be very interesting.
We'll be watching you on Foxtel as well.
On Fox, oh yeah, that's big dreams. Never will happen in my lifetime. Look, we're going to go for a short break. When we come back, we're going to look at the top goal scorers of all 3 leagues. So stick with us because you're watching Full On Football.